Let me start with a truth that might challenge you. You don't grow into success, you grow into the person capable of carrying it. And most people get this wrong as they attempt to chase the vision but skip the becoming. We love the idea of the platform, the influence, the breakthrough. We dream of the results, the recognitions, the doors opening. Woo, let's go. But here's a reality check. Your external success will always be limited by your internal structure. You see, character is the container for your calling. And the version of you that exists today is either prepared to carry tomorrow's breakthroughs or it isn't. This is part 5 in our vision series, and today we're going to talk about what it means to become the vision, to grow internally before the external world hands you the fruit, to prepare yourself for the success that you've been praying, planning, and working towards before it even arrives. Spoiler alert, the reward goes to those who are ready to receive it, not to those who wish it were easier. We often measure growth by what's visible. And the reason we do this is because it's something that we can physically see. We can wrap our minds around the concept of promotion, around milestones. But real growth happens long before anyone notices. It happens in those quiet moments, in the choices no one sees, in the disciplines that you refuse to broadcast, in the resilience you practice when no one is watching you. Think about a seed for a moment. Before it ever breaks through the soil, it's underground, unseen, developing strong roots that can support what it's about to sprout. That's you right now. And if it feels like nothing is happening, it's not because you're stagnant. It's because the most critical growth, I'm talking that deep, foundational growth, it's happening on the inside of you. You ever notice how the things that are the hardest, the things that require patience and consistency, are usually the things that shape us the most? That's no accident. So I ask you, what's being built inside of you right now? That thing that no one can see. What internal roots are forming that will support your future breakthrough? And here's a reality that most people never talk about. Growth is heavy. It's uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable because it challenges our habits, our assumptions, our egos. It tests our patience. It tests our identity, who we thought we were. And it often feels unfair because while the world waits for the result, you are stuck in the preparation stage. Think about it like training for a marathon. Nobody watches you logging miles in the rain. You say, Smalls, ain't nobody watching me logging nothing. I don't run unless I'm being chased. But for those that do, nobody's cheering for you at 5 a.m. Nobody's applauding the sore muscles, the sweat, the discipline. It is all of that invisible work that gives you the strength to cross the finish line. Resistance is inevitable. Doubt will visit. And doubt doesn't travel alone. It brings its best friend, fear, along with it. And fears come to tell you that you're not ready. It's come to whisper to you that maybe this isn't for you. But I offer you this reframe. The resistance you feel isn't your enemy. It's not against you. While it feels like it's against you, it's actually for you. I could stay there, but I'm gonna keep it pushing. That resistance is a sign that you are being molded for the weight of the vision. So are you resisting the inner work that is meant to shape you? Are you resisting the discomfort that actually is growth in disguise? If you are, I want to tell you, you grow into the vision, not around it. And too often people want the vision without the version. They want leadership, oh, I'm a leader, but they don't want accountability. They want opportunity, hey, choose me, pick me, but they don't want to prepare. They want success without establishing the character that can sustain it. And I know I've been talking about vision, and if you've been watching me, you're 5 lessons in this series, and you might be excited. But I have to tell you the truth. You don't rise to the level of your vision, you fall to the level of your character. Think about the last time you were given responsibility that you weren't ready for. How did it feel? Overwhelming? Maybe even terrifying? That is the natural consequence of trying to skip the internal work. And your future self, the one that's capable of holding the life you want, doesn't just think differently, they operate differently. They make different choices. They respond, not react. They don't chase validation, they create it. And ultimately, growth isn't necessarily about doing, it's about seeing. It's a mirror. Your habits, your emotional responses, your daily decisions are mirrors reflecting the person you're becoming. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, if future me walked into this room, what would they notice about me today? Would they notice that I have habits aligned with my aspirations? Would they notice that I have thoughts and speak words that reinforce where I'm going? Would they notice that I am consistently practicing the discipline that my future self needs? And I'm gonna tell you this, and this is worth the whole video. If your actions don't reflect your aspirations, you are practicing the wrong version of yourself. Reflection creates awareness, and awareness creates alignment. But then, alignment creates growth that sticks. So I challenge you to take 5 minutes today and do a little self-inventory. Where am I out of alignment with who I want to become? What's one adjustment that I can make immediately? The inner work comes before the outer win. Every new level of vision demands a new level of stewardship. So if you want more influence, more responsibility, more impact, you must first grow the internal capacity to sustain it. This means emotional maturity. This means stronger habits. It means letting go of ego, excuses, and old patterns that no longer serve you. When I first stepped into my purpose, I thought preparation meant perfecting the plan. Boy, was I wrong. I have never been more wrong because quickly I started to realize it's not the plan, it's me. I'm the problem. My patience, my consistency, my mindset. When I have all those in a line, pick a plan. And I had to learn the hard way that nothing external lasts if the internal container can't hold it. It just falls through the bottom. Your platform, your opportunities, your recognition, they are only as effective as the person carrying them. And your vision requires both integrity and identity alignment. Alignment is the bridge between your internal growth and your external success. And the challenge that we are presented with is, can we get our values, our habits, and our actions to all align and head towards the same direction? Integrity isn't just about honesty, it's actually about wholeness. And clarity in our lives is crucial because the version of you that fulfills your vision, it doesn't live in confusion. That version lives in clear conviction. So here's what I challenge you to do. Identify 3 character traits your future self requires. Then select one daily habit for each trait. My future self requires me to be disciplined. My daily habit will be, I'm gonna wake up 30 minutes earlier every day. My future self requires me to be focused. My daily habit will be, I'm gonna journal or plan each morning. Alignment is never accidental. It's always intentional. And herein lies the ultimate test. The ultimate test is, can you embody your future self before the evidence arrives? Today, choose to live intentionally. Speak like your future self. Move like your future self. Think like your future self. Act like the person capable of holding the vision that you desire. Say no to what doesn't serve your growth and prioritize the small daily actions that reinforce the person you're becoming. And allow every decision to be a test. Is the correct version of me showing up? The transformation doesn't happen in someday. It happens in the small, consistent choices you make today. I'm gonna leave you with this story. A wealthy man wanted to donate water to a village that was suffering through a harsh drought. He hired 2 craftsmen and gave each of them an assignment. The assignment was to build a vessel strong enough to carry water from the river to the villages every single day. The first craftsman rushed into the project. He said, boy, this ain't nothing. I'm gonna get this done fast and in a hurry, and everyone's gonna see that it was me. So craftsman number 1 built fast, worked loudly, and within a week, he had finished the giant container. Everyone praised him just like he wanted. Hey boy, you killed the game, you killed the game. I always knew you could do it. It looked impressive, it looked like success. And then there's the second craftsman. Second craftsman did something a little different. He spent his days studying the ground, choosing stone, testing mortar, shaping every piece. And because of that, it took him a lot longer. People laughed at him. Hey, you still doing that? Craftsman number one, been done. Why are you moving so slowly? Just build it. Get her done. I have a lot of fun doing this in case you couldn't tell. But craftsman number two just kept working in silence, carefully, intentionally, from the inside out. After weeks, both vessels were filled with water. And on the first day of carrying water to the village, the giant, fast-built container cracked. Not on the outside, but on the inside. Couldn't handle the weight. It wasn't built to last. It impressed people, yes, but it didn't end up serving people. But the second vessel, it held. Day after day, week after week, month after month, this thing is still holding up. Not because it looked the best on the outside, but because it was built strong on the inside. And over time, everyone that laughed began to realize success didn't belong to the one who rushed, looked impressive, but success belonged to the one that built with patience, intention, and character. You are the vessel. Your vision has weight. Your calling, it has weight. Your breakthrough has weight. And if you try to skip the becoming, if you rush the internal work, you might arrive at the opportunity before you're built to hold it. But when you strengthen your inner structure, your habits, your discipline, your integrity, you don't just reach success. You're ready for it. You can carry it. And most important, you can sustain it. So if it feels slow, if it feels quiet, if it feels like nobody is noticing your work, good. Because you are building something that lasts. If you enjoyed that video, I want you to put in the comments, I'm becoming the vision starting today. And always remember that growth is a journey, it's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.